Okay, so I'm here today with Ruth Fields. Ruth was one of our charity champions at the recent Mighty Women Big Brunch. Ruth has an amazing story. Not only is she a personal trainer, massage therapist, owner of a coffee shop, but she also raised an outstanding amount of money for a charity that's very close to her heart. Ruth, can you tell us a little bit about your story? You raised money for the Ectopic Pregnancy Trust, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Why that?
Well, I went through it myself. I had an ectopic pregnancy, which actually ruptured, so it was quite life-threatening. Went in, got the surgery, had a fallopian tube removed, and really, just after all, it was maybe a way for me of coping with it by like trying to raise a bit of awareness about it, picking that charity and going to run the marathon then.
Yep, so you ran the Paris Marathon,
Mm-hmm.
and I suppose people maybe think because you're a personal trainer, etc., that running's really easy to you.
Yeah,
Comes easy to you, no, not at all?
Definitely not. It was one of my things. Yes, I do a lot of training, but I would be more like road cycling, weightlifting, different things like that, but definitely not running. It was one of my no-goes, so
Right,
I
okay.
thought I was going to pick something that would challenge me a wee bit more.
And did you have to do a lot of training for that?
Yeah, I was really lucky. I had Paul Humphreys who helped me the whole way, and he actually did it with me.
Okay.
Helped with the fundraising and gave me a training plan, something to follow. So
Yeah.
and with company for runs.
Yeah.
Long runs of 18-20 miles is just
Yeah.
yeah.
No, not easy.
No, and it can be a bit boring unless you're someone to chat to.
Yeah. And it must have felt great for you to complete the marathon.
Yeah, really good, and never ever expected to raise as much as I did. My target at the start was 3,000,
Right.
so I ended up raising over 13.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And what and how will that help the Ectopic Pregnancy Trust?
Well, it just helps them to get more word out, help ones that have been through it, give them a safe space to go and chat, you know, if they need to. I find myself, like, they have little groups through social media platforms, and they can share stories or they can point you in direction if they feel like, you know, you need to chat to someone else.
Before it happened to you, did you know much about ectopic pregnancies?
Not really. I had previous miscarriages.
Right, okay.
And I had heard that word had been thrown about.
Yes.
Because obviously they thought there was a risk there. But no, I didn't really look into it or think really it would be me.
Until it happened to you. And it almost proved to be life-threatening to you, didn't it?
Yes. I was actually, well, I was in with the doctors previously. I think on the Monday I was told I was okay because this was one of the things they were worried about, and they had scanned me and they said they couldn't see anything, and I was trying to convince myself I was okay, but weirdly I knew during the week I wasn't, and I got to the Friday. I was actually back in work and I just couldn't really stand in work anymore. Took myself back to hospital.
Goodness.
And they were glad to see me because it was straight into surgery.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
So that was so touch and go for you. And like, did you feel at that time like alone, that people, you know, other people, sort of friends, family, people at work maybe didn't understand?
Yeah, I felt like a broken record. I kind of had felt like, obviously some people had knew about miscarriages, the others didn't. Some people knew I was sick and I had been to the hospital, and I thought, well, they're telling me I'm okay, so you know, I must be okay.
Yeah.
I have to just get on with it, kind of thing. But yeah, then it was a big shock whenever it all kind of came through. A bit lonely at the time because I took myself in, and it happened so quickly that I was just sort of told, you need to go now.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. And it must have been a very difficult time for you after that.
Yeah, I think after it, it didn't really sink in because at the time it was like I was just happy to be alive.
Yes.
And then when it did sink in, it was trying to learn how to deal with it. And really, it probably was a good year before I let it properly sink in, and actually then went to seek help.
Yes.
So shout out to probably Links Counselling and Corinne. They were great, and they helped me deal with it. But as well as that, the marathon really helped me deal with it.
Right, so it gave you something to focus all your attention on?
Yeah, like sharing my story was a big step for me, putting it on the Just Giving page, because I was like, right, if I'm going to do this and I want to raise money, I'm going to have to share everything.
It's very brave to sort of lay your life out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what sort of response did you get from people whenever you told it and put it out there?
Yeah, it was amazing, and it was actually unreal the amount of people that then came and shared their stories and was like, you know, I've been through this, and you know, I have kids now, or you know, sort of showing you that there was hope at the end of the tunnel, kind of thing.
I suppose people, for want of a better word, suffer in silence, don't they? They go through things like this and then, you know, they keep it to themselves. And as you said, it's a lonely place.
Yeah, I think that's probably where the damage is, trying to keep everything to yourself.
Yeah.
And I know people really, it is uncomfortable probably sharing everything, but I sort of thought at the end of it, if it can help someone, then...
Yeah, it'll make all the difference.
Yeah.
And have you got plans for any other challenges or fundraisers?
At the minute, no.
No.
I'm actually pregnant now.
Oh, congratulations!
So, well, I'm 22 weeks, so yes, at the minute, no challenges. I wouldn't say no to another marathon because I actually enjoyed it.
Did you? Right?
Yeah,
okay.
I did enjoy it more than what I thought, so wouldn't say no to it, but it won't be for the next few years anyway.
Yeah, I'll have to get the running buggy out.
Yeah.
I'm delighted for you.
Yeah, thank you.
But look, Ruth, thank you for telling your story, because it does make a difference to people. When you told your story to Mighty Women originally, we had so many comments from people. You know, people do appreciate it.
Yeah.
It really does help.
Yeah, yeah.
So